When you're looking for a cocktail that's bold, refreshing, and incredibly easy to serve to a crowd, the Kentucky Mule is one of the best choices you can make. This southern twist on the classic Moscow Mule swaps vodka for a rich, smooth bourbon, giving the drink a deeper flavor that pairs perfectly with the spicy bite of ginger beer and the bright acidity of fresh lime. The result is a cocktail that's crisp, lively, and perfectly balanced. Sweet, tart, and slightly spicy all at once. Today we're making the classic mule flavor and turning it into a party-ready pitcher, making it the perfect drink for gatherings, barbecues, holidays, game nights, or any time friends and family are around. Instead of mixing drinks one at a time, this batch method lets you build the entire cocktail in a large pitcher so everyone can enjoy the same refreshing drink without the wait. One of the things that makes the Kentucky Mule so popular is its simple ingredient list. You only need a few things: good bourbon, fresh lime juice, and quality ginger beer. But when those ingredients come together over ice with fresh mint and lime garnish, something special happens. The bourbon adds warmth and character, the ginger beer brings effervescent spice, and the lime cuts through everything with a bright citrus snap. It's a cocktail that feels both classic and refreshing at the same time. Another great thing about this pitcher version is how flexible it is. You can prepare the base mixture ahead of time, chill it in the refrigerator, and then simply add the ginger beer and ice when it's time to serve. This makes it ideal for entertaining because you can focus on enjoying the moment instead of standing behind the bar mixing drinks all night. And of course, no mule would be complete without its iconic copper mug presentation. Copper mugs help keep the drink icy cold and enhance the refreshing experience with every sip. But whether you serve it in a traditional mug, rock glasses, or highball glasses, the flavors remain just as vibrant and satisfying. In this recipe, we'll walk through every step of the process, from prepping the ingredients and building the pitcher to serving, storing leftovers, and even refreshing the cocktail later if needed. By the end, you'll have a perfectly balanced Kentucky Mule pitcher that's ready to pour and enjoy. So grab your bourbon, slice up some fresh limes, and let's build this pitcher one of the most refreshing whiskey cocktails you can make. Let's get started. Begin by gathering everything needed to make the Kentucky Mule pitcher. Place the bourbon, ginger beer, fresh limes, mint sprigs, a copper pitcher, measuring cups, and basic bar tools on the counter. Having all the ingredients ready before starting makes the entire process smooth and efficient, especially when preparing drinks for multiple people. Cut several limes into wedges and wheels. The wedges can be used later for garnish or additional citrus flavor, while the lime wheels provide a beautiful visual element when added to the pitcher or served in the mug. Fresh lime is essential for the bright citrus flavor that balances the bourbon and the ginger beer. Squeeze the fresh limes to extract their juice, collecting it in a measuring cup. Freshly squeezed lime juice gives the cocktail a clean, vibrant acidity that bottled juice simply cannot replicate. Strain out any seeds to keep the mixture smooth and consistent. Measure the bourbon carefully using a measuring cup. The bourbon forms the backbone of the Kentucky Mule, providing warm caramel and vanilla notes that complement the ginger beer. Using a good quality bourbon ensures the final cocktail has depth and character. Rinse the fresh mint sprigs under cool water and pat them dry. Mint adds a subtle aromatic freshness that enhances the drink without overpowering the other ingredients. Preparing the mint ahead of time makes it easier to add later during the build phase. Pour the fresh lime juice into the empty copper pitcher. Starting with the citrus base ensures the flavors distribute evenly once the bourbon and ginger beer are added. The lime juice begins forming the bright foundation of the cocktail. Add the measured bourbon into the pitcher with the lime juice. As the bourbon blends with the citrus, the drink begins to take shape, combining sweet whiskey warmth with tart lime acidity. Stir the bourbon and lime mixture lightly to combine the flavors. This simple step ensures the citrus and the whiskey are evenly mixed before adding ice and carbonation. Add fresh ice to the pitcher. The ice chills the mixture immediately and prepares the drink for addition of the ginger beer. Keeping the drink cold is one of the keys to the refreshing mule. Pour chilled ginger beer into the pitcher. The ginger beer introduces lively carbonation and a spicy ginger kick that defines the mule cocktail style. As the ginger beer mixes with the bourbon and lime, bubbles rise through the drink. The effervescence lightens the cocktail and adds a crisp, refreshing quality. Stir the pitcher gently to combine the ingredients without losing too much carbonation. The goal is to blend the flavors while keeping the drink bright and fizzy. Add the lime wheels into the pitcher. The citrus slices enhance the visual appeal and slowly release additional lime flavor into the drink. Place fresh mint sprigs into the pitcher. The mint releases aromatic oils that give the mule a refreshing herbal finish. Fill a copper mug with ice. The ice keeps the cocktail chilled and prepares the mug for serving. Pour the Kentucky Mule mixture from the pitcher into the ice-filled mug. The liquid flows over the ice, instantly creating a crisp and refreshing drink. Add a mint sprig and a lime wedge to garnish the mug. These garnishes enhance both the aroma and presentation of the cocktail. Top up the mug slightly if needed so the drink sits just above the ice. The lively bubbles and bright citrus scent make the drink immediately inviting. The finished Kentucky Mule sits cold and refreshing in the copper mug with condensation forming on the outside as the drink chills perfectly. Cover any remaining mule mixture in the pitcher with a lid or plastic wrap. Proper covering helps prevent the drink if it needs to be stored temporarily. Place the covered pitcher in the refrigerator to keep it chilled. Keeping the drink cold helps maintain its refreshing character. When ready to serve again, remove the pitcher from the refrigerator, uncover, and stir gently to redistribute the flavors. If preparing ahead for later use, pour the mule base mixture without the ginger beer into a freezer-safe container. Freezing the base allows it to be stored longer without losing carbonation. After freezing, the mixture develops a semi-frozen slushy texture. This helps chill the drink quickly once it's thawed. Add fresh ginger beer after thawing the mixture. This restores the carbonation and completes the mule cocktail. Return the refreshed mule mixture to the pitcher and add fresh ice to chill it again. Pour in a small splash of ginger beer to revive the carbonation and brighten the drink. Stir gently so the ingredients combine while preserving the fizz. The Kentucky Mule is now fully refreshed and ready to serve again, delivering the same crisp bourbon, lime, and ginger flavor as the first pour. The Kentucky Mule is a simple cocktail on the surface, but like many classic drinks, the quality of ingredients and the balance between them makes all the difference. When you're preparing a pitcher version, maintaining that balance becomes even more important because you're building several drinks at once. One of the most important elements in this cocktail is the bourbon. Since bourbon replaces vodka in the traditional Moscow Mule, it becomes a primary flavor driver. A smooth mid-range bourbon works best here. Look for bourbons with notes of caramel, vanilla, oak, and light spice, because those flavors complement the ginger beer beautifully. Extremely smoky or overly high-proof bourbons can dominate the drink, so aim for something balanced and approachable. The ginger beer is the second star of the cocktail. Not all ginger beers are created equal. Some are very sweet, while others have a strong, spicy bite. Ginger beer with bold ginger kick and moderate sweetness works the best for mules because it gives the drink its refreshing bite. When making a pitcher, always add the ginger beer last and stir gently to keep as much of the carbonation as possible. Fresh lime juice is essential in this drink. Bottled lime juice often tastes flat and overly acidic. Freshly squeezed lime adds brightness and cuts through the bourbon and balances the sweetness of the ginger beer. If you want to slightly mellow the acidity, you can add a tiny splash of simple syrup or honey syrup, but most of the time the ginger beer provides enough sweetness on its own. Another key detail is temperature. Mule cocktails should always be served very cold. That one reason copper mugs became the traditional vessel for serving them. Copper transfers temperature quickly, helps the drink stay ice cold from the first sip to the last. While copper mugs look great and enhance the experience, the cocktail will still taste excellent in rocks glasses or highball glass if mugs aren't available. When making a pitcher for a party, the best strategy is to mix the bourbon and lime juice ahead of time and keep it chilled. Wait to add the ginger beer and ice until right before serving. This keeps the carbonation lively and prevents the drink from becoming watered down too early. If you're hosting a gathering, consider placing the pitcher on a tray with extra lime wedges, mint sprigs, and copper mugs nearby. Guests can garnish their own drink, which adds a fun interactive element to serving the cocktail. For variation, the Kentucky Mule is also great base for creative twists. You can add fresh berries, sliced jalapenos, or even a splash of maple syrup to introduce new layers of flavor. A smoked bourbon can also give the drink a deeper character, especially during colder months. If the drink sits for a while and begins to lose carbonation, simply add a small splash of fresh ginger beer and give it a gentle stir. This quickly brings the drink back to life and restores the refreshing sparkle. At its heart, the Kentucky Mule is a cocktail built on simplicity, balance, and freshness. With just a few good ingredients and a little attention to detail, it becomes a crowd-pleasing drink that works for almost any occasion. And when serving ice cold from the pitcher with bright lime and fragrant mint, it deserves exactly what a great cocktail should. Bold flavor, refreshing character, and a drink people will come back for again and again. And there you have it, a perfect Kentucky Mule pitcher that's bold, refreshing, and incredibly easy to serve to a crowd. With the smooth warmth of bourbon, the bright acidity of fresh lime, and the lively spice of ginger beer, this cocktail delivers the classic mule flavor with a rich southern twist. One of the best things about the Kentucky Mule is how simple yet impressive it is. With just a few ingredients and a quick build in a pitcher, you can serve multiple guests without standing behind the bar mixing drinks all night. It's the kind of cocktail that works just as well for a casual backyard gathering as it does for a holiday party or game night with friends. Because this drink is served ice cold and lightly fizzy, it stays refreshing from the first sip to the last. The copper mug, the fresh mint, lime garnish, all come together to create a cocktail that looks just as good as it tastes. It's crisp, balanced, and packed with flavor. Exactly what a great mule should be. Another advantage to this pitcher method is flexibility. You can mix the base ahead of time, keep it chilled, and simply add ginger beer when you're ready to serve. That means less work during the party and more time enjoying the moment with everyone else. If you enjoyed this recipe, there are plenty of other mule variations and pitcher cocktails you can try next, from fruity summer punches to classic whiskey cocktails. Building drinks in pitchers is one of the easiest ways to entertain without stress. Thank you for spending some time here cooking with Rod. If you like this recipe, be sure to explore more cocktail pitchers, party drinks, and easy entertaining recipes right here on the channel. And remember, great food and great drinks don't have to be complicated. Sometimes all it takes is a few good ingredients, a little preparation, and good people to share it with. Until next time, cheers and happy cooking.